The biggest problem that the Bills have right now is they've got too many good players. What is up, Bills Mafia? We have 176 days to go until the Buffalo Bills win Super Bowl 57. This channel is documenting every single day leading up to the amazing moment with a video. Well, preseason game number 2 is in the books, and the Bills just dominate the Denver Broncos here in Buffalo on a very hot day. If you were at the stadium, God bless you. I hope you drank a ton of water because it was just way too hot to be out at that stadium for a preseason game. I'll tell you what, it was so hot I wouldn't be surprised if some fans were seeing mirages on the field.
I said a hip hop, the hippie to the hip hop, and you don't stop.
I went to a game back in 1981, I think it was. It was the home opener against the Miami Dolphins, and the Bills lost that game 12-0. Other than the score, the only thing I can remember is a Miami Dolphin player getting injured on a punt return and how hot it was. It was just steamy hot, and today was a day like that. But you know who else was hot? The Bills! Oh my gosh. I mean, the starters played a fair amount of downs in this one. Nothing spectacular. Josh Allen looked just like Josh Allen, and they yanked him out of there right after that touchdown pass to Gabe Davis. Von Miller didn't play. I thought he was going to play, but he didn't play, and I'm glad about that. But my take on this game is, as you saw by the thumbnail, this team has too many good players. This team is just... that's a problem in a way. I mean, not really a problem, but it is going to be tough for Brandon Beane to make decisions on who to keep on this roster. I think the bunch that is the most talented is at the running back position. These guys are just awesome. I mean, Zach Moss looked good in this game. Again, going against second teamers, so it's hard to really gauge how they're doing until they get into the real action against the starters of other teams. But at the same time, James Cook looked really good. Again, Zach Moss, Devin Singletary looks really good. But I think the one that everybody's talking about is this Raheem Blackshear. Baba Blackshear, as I like to call him. Raheem Blackshear is looking really good. He is really the talk of the town right now. I don't know. I think he might make this roster. But then if he does, then Zach Moss or Duke Johnson. I forgot about Duke Johnson. Duke Johnson looked good. He scored a couple touchdowns, and he's a veteran that has, performed very well in the NFL. So who do you keep in the backfield? It's going to be very interesting to see what Brandon Beane decides when it comes to the running back position. If it was me, James Cook is a lock, I think, because they spent a high draft pick on him and he looks good. So James Cook is in. Then you have Devin Singletary, who picked up most of the work down the stretch last season. So I think Devin Singletary is a semi-lock. Yeah, I would say it's a lock for Devin Singletary. So you have James Cook, Devin Singletary, and then after that, Zach Moss, Duke Johnson, Baba Blackshear. Who do you take? Man, it's gonna be a tough call for Brandon Beane. And then the rest of the team looked fantastic. The offensive line looked solid. The second teamers for the offensive line looked good. I would say the only unit that maybe wouldn't say disappointed, but didn't really show up and make a statement was the starters on the defensive side of the ball, specifically the defensive line. But I'm not really taking much out of that because preseason is just they're at a whole different level when the regular season starts. So the secondary's got some questions, but I'm feeling good about the secondary. Wide receiver position, this Khalil Shakir is going to be a solid player on this team this year. And he's going to have to share receptions with Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis, Jamison Crowder. I mean, does Jamison Crowder get cut? It's going to be so interesting. But the greatest thing is the biggest problem that the Bills have right now is they've got too many good players. I mean, that is the best problem you could have, is not knowing who to cut because they're all so good. And when the Bills cut these guys, other teams can pick them up. And we can put them on the practice squad, but teams can snag them from there too. And then the problem is, if we're facing those teams, we might have to play against these guys. Do you want to play against Bubba Blackshear? I know I don't. So what is the solution? Maybe we can somehow, some way lock these guys in a basement. Maybe ship them off to another country or something for the season so no one can get to them. Guarantee it. We're going to say, dang it, we had him, and now he's playing for the Dolphins, the Jets, the Patriots. Now, it won't matter if they go to the Patriots, but you know what I'm talking about. So they're 2-0 in preseason. This team could go 23-0. It's crazy, and I'm just having fun saying it. What do you think? Comment below. See you tomorrow.